For 40 days, one warrior had terrified an entire army of Israel. Soldiers who had fought countless battles trembled whenever they saw him. Then, from among them, stepped someone no one expected. No armor, no sword, no battle experience like the men around him. Only a shepherd's sling and an unshakable faith in his God. Across the valley stood Goliath, armed from head to toe. Everyone saw an impossible battle. David saw something completely different. But to understand his courage, we must return to the beginning. The Philistine army had gathered for war against the people of Israel. Israel, led by King Saul, camped across the valley of Elah. Between the armies lay a dry valley, waiting for bloodshed. Then the Philistine ranks opened, and their champion stepped forward. His name was Goliath, a warrior from the city of Gath. Bronze armor covered him, and a massive spear rested in his hand. Even the weapons he carried seemed enormous beside ordinary soldiers.
Israelites, why have you gathered for battle? Send someone down to me. Choose one man. Let him fight me here, alone.
His challenge echoed from one hillside to the other. Saul heard it. His commanders heard it. Every soldier heard it. And fear spread through Israel's camp. The next morning, Goliath returned.
Send me a man.
That evening, he returned again. Morning after morning, evening after evening. For 40 days, Israel heard the giant's voice. 40 days of humiliation. 40 days of fear. But miles away, a young shepherd knew nothing of what awaited him. His name was David, the youngest son of Jesse, and his battlefield, until now, had been the lonely hills of Bethlehem. 3 of David's older brothers were serving in Saul's army. Their father Jesse worried about them from home.
David, take this food to your brothers and see how they are doing.
David was given roasted grain, bread, and cheese for the camp. Early the next morning, David entrusted the sheep to another keeper. Then he loaded the provisions and began the journey. The quiet hills gradually gave way to the sounds of war. Spears flashed beneath the sun. War cries rolled through the valley. David left the supplies with the keeper of the camp's provisions. Then he ran toward the battle lines to find his brothers.
Eliab, are you all right? How are our brothers?
Suddenly, the soldiers around David fell silent. From the Philistine lines, the giant appeared again.
Where is your champion? Israel? Send him to fight me.
David watched grown warriors retreat from him in fear. But instead of fear, something else rose inside David.
How can this man insult the army of the living God?
The king has promised a great reward to whoever defeats him.
David continued asking about the challenge. His eldest brother, Eliab, heard him and became angry.
Why are you here? You should be looking after the sheep.
What have I done? I was only asking a question.
Word of David's confidence soon reached King Saul. The young shepherd was brought before the king.
You are the one asking about the Philistine.
No one should lose courage because of him. I will fight him.
Saul stared at him in disbelief.
You cannot fight that warrior. You are young, and he has fought for years.
But David remembered battles Saul had never seen.
When I guarded my father's sheep, a lion once attacked the flock.
David had chased the predator rather than abandoning the helpless sheep.
I rescued the sheep, and when the animal attacked me, I fought it. A bear came as well, and God brought me through that danger too.
Those lonely hills had already trained David to face fear.
The Lord who rescued me then can rescue me from this Philistine.
Then go, and may the Lord be with you.
Saul offered David the protection of royal battle armor. A bronze helmet was placed over David's head. Armor covered his body, and a sword hung at his side. David tried to walk, but everything felt unfamiliar.
I cannot fight like this. I have never trained in these things.
He took the armor off. Instead, he carried what he already knew, his staff and his sling. At the stream, he chose 5 smooth stones. He placed them inside his shepherd's pouch and walked toward the valley. Israel watched as David walked away from their battle line. No armored escort followed him. Across the valley, the Philistines began to laugh. Goliath approached, with his shield-bearer walking ahead. Then the giant finally saw who Israel had sent. A young shepherd stood before him, with a staff and sling.
Is this a joke? Do you think I'm a dog, that you bring a stick?
The giant cursed David and mocked everything he represented.
Come closer, I'll leave you. For the birds and wild animals.
David didn't retreat. His eyes remained fixed on Goliath.
You trust in your sword, your spear, and your strength. But I stand before you, trusting the Lord, the God of Israel. You have mocked his people. Today, everyone here will understand something. Victory does not belong to the strongest weapon or the largest warrior. The battle belongs to the Lord.
For a moment, the valley seemed completely still. Then, Goliath began moving toward him. David did something no one expected. He ran toward the giant. His hand reached into the shepherd's pouch. His fingers closed around. One smooth stone. He placed it into his sling and began to swing. Faster, faster, until the sling became a blur. Then, David released it. The stone flew across the valley, straight toward Goliath. It struck the giant in the forehead. Goliath froze, staggered, and fell face first onto the earth. For one breathless moment, neither army moved. The champion of the Philistines was down. David ran forward. Using Goliath's own sword, he confirmed the victory. When the Philistines saw their champion defeated, their confidence disappeared. They turned and ran. Then the men who had hidden in fear only moments before found their courage. Israel rushed after the fleeing Philistines. But David's victory hadn't begun with the stone. It had begun years earlier, while no one was watching. Every lonely night guarding sheep had prepared him. Every danger had taught him that fear did not have the final word. The soldiers saw Goliath's size. David remembered the size of his God. Sometimes, the giant in front of you looks impossible because you're measuring only the giant. David's story reminds us that courage doesn't mean never seeing the danger. Courage is choosing faith, even when the danger is standing directly in front of you. One shepherd, one sling, one stone, and a victory Israel would never forget.